Hello, friends, and welcome back to To Restore You. It is Angela, and I am here back with another 15-minute ephemera project. But before we get started, a couple of things. First of all, this should be airing on March 4th, which is Friday, and it will probably air in the morning. And if you have been following the channel, you also know that our announcement for our subscriber celebration giveaway is going to be this afternoon. So you still have time. If you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do that. I'll have the link below. If you just hit that little V in the description box, you will find the link to the video that talks about what it entails to be a part of entering to win. I have lots of fun prizes this time. And you can go ahead and do what you need to do and be ready for this afternoon when we do the prize. We probably won't do the giveaway until after work hours, I think, because I will be in Omaha and Dave and I have to work at the office. So just know it's probably not going to be until after 5 p.m. Central Time. Okay, so second thing. The reason we're doing subscriber celebration is because all of you, and today I would like to give a shout out to Leanne, Miriam, and Angela T. I want you to know that I welcome you to the channel, and I hope that you are having a good time. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you, everyone, for all your comments, your support, your reaching out to me and emailing and messaging me. Yeah, it means a lot, and I really appreciate, as I say before, you know, the friendship in this community. One thing I keep forgetting to mention, because I'm new to YouTube as well, but I know a lot of the rest of you are too, and we are here to support one another, right? So whether it's a junk journal, YouTube channel or something else, if you've subscribed, you know, I usually do a good job of looking to make sure and see if you do have a channel, and then I automatically subscribe to you. But if I haven't, or if I am not aware that you do have one, please let me know, because I would love to support you just like you're supporting me. And anyone else that's out there that, is new to YouTube. So if you have friends that are doing it, please have them reach out. I'd love to support them. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I think this will be my second 15-minute ephemera. And today my inspiration was a fail on my part to begin with. So here's what happened. I have this is tea, my friends, this lovely mason jar full of tea that I brewed. But I wanted to use several different kinds. So I have some detox tea that I don't know what's in it, but I think it might have had a pinkish tint to it. Some turmeric. Is it turmeric? Turmeric? I'm not sure. Tastes horrible. Good for you. And it has a little bit of an orange color to it. So I wanted to use that. And then some green tea. So what my goal was to make this just like I make my, like I have my coffee stain. So I have really concentrated coffee in here. And then I have a water spritzer that's just like it. But I didn't have one that had tea in it. So I wanted to make one of those. Well, I didn't have one of what I call the tea eggs. So I decided, I'll just use one of those Keurig cups that you just put fresh grounds in. And then, it's reusable. Yeah, that was a fail. So I boiled my water, and then I plopped my little Keurig cup in there, which immediately opened, the top opened up. It was floating around there, as was all that fresh tea. So I had to come up with a solution, which was, and I don't have a cheesecloth or anything like that. I don't bake. So I have the basics. But I had this silk from my from my tie projects. This is the inside of a tie. So I just took a rubber band, put it around there, and then I had it actually in a measuring cup when I boiled it, and then I just dumped it all in, and the result is fantastic. The reason it's still here like this is because I can't find another bottle. So I have to go get one. or order one. So while I was doing that and carefully cutting open all of these packs of tea, and I don't even know if you can see, because I was just so good, you know, not really, but I just barely cut the end out open because I was like, I'm using these over. And I started thinking, well, you know what? A lot of people don't drink tea. They might not have just little bags of tea laying around. And we keep talking about, oh, you know, you can use these. You can paint on these. It's really beautiful. I've done that. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a 15-minute ephemera project, and we're just going to make some of these tea bags ourselves. So here are some of the ones that I made in advance just to make sure I wasn't crazy. And yes, I know you're going to ask me this. Couldn't you just make a tag and it looks like a tea bag? Yes, then it's one-dimensional and you absolutely can do that. But this, I was trying to formulate a almost replica of what a tea bag would look like. So this is one that I did with just a little snippet. This is using some white parchment. And this is some of my wallpaper. And then I made the little tag that opens up. Put a little stamp on there. And what else do we have? This one I made really wide. And then this has a tuck and like a little sliding thing and some other goodies in there. I just put those in there so you could see. So that was from a scrap of wallpaper. And then this one we haven't decorated yet, so I thought we might do that. Actually, and this one we really haven't done anything to either. And then this was the last one, not made with one of the salvaged bags of tea. These are some that I have. They're drawstring tea bags, so you would put your fresh, you know, if I would have been thinking, I would have come downstairs, got one of these tea bags, put the tea in it, and then brewed it like that. I didn't think about that. I know. But anyway, these are drawstrings, so you can tie it and then brew your tea. I'll remember that next time. So I thought if we have time, I'll show you how to make these. And this was kind of an accident. I made a bunch of, if you follow Louisa HEINZL, she did the kind of zhuzhing up your scraps, I used paint and coffee and all kinds of good stuff. And when I ripped this off of this page of music, it already said faith is the victory. I did not plan that, but when I looked at it, it looked to me like a tree in a, you know, meadow. And I was like, well, we're just going to turn it into that. So that was kind of a fun little happy accident. And then I just stuck some goodies in there too. So that is our goal, is to at least show you how, and, you know, make these, because it doesn't take 15 minutes. It's going to take longer when I show you because I want you to understand how to do it, but it doesn't take that long. So we're just going to make this typical bag of tea. It has a seam in it. It's got a gusset fold in here, and then it is open here because when it's got tea in it, it folds up on both sides so the water can get through and it can seep and all of that good stuff. See, there you go. Tea Science 101. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to want a piece of something that is 5.5 by 3, 5.5 this way by 3 5/8. You probably can just do you could probably get by with just doing 3.5 and just be okay. 3 5/8 is not necessary. But this particular piece is deli paper. I told you I used parchment paper. You can use brown parchment if you have it. I do have some. I didn't grab any of that out. You can use vellum, which, well, maybe we can use vellum. This piece of vellum that I have, look how thick this is. So I don't know how that's going to turn out, but we're going to try it. And then you could also just use regular paper. I used some scraps of wallpaper. So anything will work. You know, as I always tell you, just because I'm using one medium to do it does not mean that you can't use whatever you have around the house. So just do that. So the thing that I'm going to do right now is I'm going to fold this, and I'm just eyeballing it. Let's see what it ends up being. I thought about it, about 3/4 of an inch is what I did, because I want it to be as close to that size as possible. But And then all I'm doing, I'm going to turn it again this way. Sorry, I don't know why I have to work that way. Oh, that might be uneven. All I'm doing is barely putting that over the top of this one to make that seam. Now, if you're following along and you're doing this with me, if you don't feel comfortable yet gluing, don't. I didn't when I first started practicing with these because I wanted to make sure I had all my measurements right, and I wanted to make sure it turned out, and I played around with it a little bit. So you can always, after you done all your folds, just open it back up and then glue what you want. Okay, there you have it. Part 1 done. Now what we need to do is make this gusseted pocket or gusseted fold. So we want to fold up about 2 3/4 inches. Now I'm doing this for you because I usually don't measure much, but I'm just going to do this so you can see. Okay. I just put a little dent in there so I could see. It's about 2 3/4 inches. Let's see how well I did. Oh, that's about 2.5. Well, we'll see what happens. Let's just go for it, because I think the whole goal is that you want it to be uneven from the top, because if you look here, that is uneven from the top, and there's a reason for it, and I will explain it. Okay, so then the next thing that you're going to do and I'm thinking for a second, because do I want... Okay, I folded it up. Now let's fold it into itself. So all I'm doing is folding it down. Gosh, I don't even know if that's probably 1/8 of an inch. Don't you think? Okay. And then we're going to fold this end, the long end, down. Okay, so I've done that. Now this is the long end, the one that was sticking up. Now I'm going to fold this in to itself, sort of-ish. So now we just made our little, see, it looks like a W. Or I'm sorry, it looks like an M. Or a V. Okay, now you've just made your gusset. Now it's almost even, right? So now on this, you see, they folded theirs down. I folded mine in just because I thought it would look a little bit better. So if you want, you can hold up, you know, that other bag, if you have one. If you don't, but it's a tiny little snip. I didn't do that until just now, but see how little it is? What you want is to have a flat edge like that. And I don't think mine are really even. That's why it's easier to do it this way. Let's put this down so it doesn't flop around. Oh my gosh, the dog is out there on the sofa digging for gold, I hope. Okay, there you go. Almost there. And then we're going to do the other one. Now mine isn't quite as... I should have maybe folded it down a little bit farther, but it'll be fine. Oh, it looks like this. We still have an edge here. And then what we want it to do is basically bring this kind of down to match it. So I just kind of go like that and that to start, because I like to see what I'm doing, sort of. And then just fold it down. Now you still have kind of a flat top there, but then that is what they use to like close it down. So there you have it. There is your tea bag. Now what we want to do is use some string. So let's see, we haven't used pink string yet. Now I am just using embroidery floss because it was handy. So that it doesn't ravel, I will tie it in a knot on each end just to keep it flat. Or I mean flat, keep from fraying. Well, that didn't work well. Nothing seems to be kind of going my way today. I started off strong. Oh, there we go. Okay. And let's see, we'll just make it about this long. Now, how easy is this to make a tag? You don't even need, you need no direction. You just need a couple little things. Let's see. These are all leftover wallpaper from another project. Okay. We'll just use those. All right. And then all you're doing, you can see there's your template. I mean, if you could put those little dashes in, I did not, and I did not measure. I just eyeballed it. So that's just a single one. Let's see if we have a bigger. Let's do that on a couple. Let's do it on this pretty green one. And now you can zhuzh it up however you wish. And then I just took a piece that was, let's see, will this wallpaper work? A little bit bigger that I could fold. And then I just did the same thing. It's easy to be cute to do his little gift tags, and now it just opens. So there you go. Way 15 minutes or less. So now we have the tea bags. We have some tags that we can use. But now, and we have the string to add onto it. Let's go ahead and do that before we move on to trying this with vellum. So you can do this one of two ways. I have not closed this yet. You can put this inside here and maybe have a little bit of that dangling out. I like this over the top. It just looks more authentic. And then you can choose to either glue it in, which we might just put a little dab of glue. Really, Angela? This is why I have glue issues, because I did not put the top back on. Hang on again. I hope you guys are having a good day. I just did my schedule because I realized I'm going to be traveling and I don't want to be behind. So I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to double up on the vids. Okay, so if we want, let's just do that as the front. And just for giggles, we will staple it with my mini vintage attacher. I'm obsessed with this thing. And then let's see, we use pink. Of course I didn't cut a pink tag, did I? That's kind of big. We'll use this one. It only takes a second. And of course we could distress this. We could do all kinds of fun things with it. But I want to show you. And again, I like kind of how that, you could glue a little bit of it and, you know, spin it around. And then staple it, whatever you want. I'm just going to go basic. There we go. Okay, one down. Let's try this and see what happens. I'm a little nervous because this is so, oh gosh, what am I doing? That's way too far. See, I've already messed it up. Because once you crease this stuff, it's so thick. Look at it. That never happened. And I do think with this, because it's so thick, we are going to have to glue this down because it's, look at, even when I stuck my finger in there, it creased it. Hey, by the way, did you notice that? I did it again. Didn't put the top on my glue. UAV. Okay. All right, that part is done. Now with this one, okay, 2 3/4. Let's do this. Let's do this another way. 2 3/4. I'm gonna try this one at 2 1/2 and see what happens. And this time I just folded it right into the ruler, because why not? Okay, I just want to make sure it's a little more even. And I would say this one is probably the weight. It's kind of the weight of a light cardstock. So we'll see. Okay, so now I want to fold this towards me. Yeah, a little bit harder to work with. We'll see. And then back towards, back on itself. Ugh. Okay, if you're using vellum, I would suggest using a very lightweight vellum. It almost feels like it's harder to do than, I mean, it's a lot more stable, and that's nice, but it's even harder to work with when I was playing with the cardstock. Okay, so this one, remember, we're just going to come over a little bit. Itsy bitsy. I think we're going to have to glue that too. But I'm not going to until we get it all in place, because I want it to be, see, 5 3/4 worked better. I was just curious as to what it would be like if we shaved off some height on it. So I'm just kind of getting that. I may have to cut a little bit of this off too, because it's so thick. Ugh. Okay, guys, for this one, because it's so thick, it's going to be way too bulky. Let's see. Let's make sure this is where we want it. I did it again on that. Ugh. Oh, I didn't. Okay, let's just ignore that top. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that is what crafting is all about. Experimenting. Ugh. You know what I'm going to do on this one? I'm cutting this whole entire thing off because it's just too thick. Of course I didn't cut it exactly straight. There we go. And then I am going to glue all this down, whatever is left. You know, I could cut all of this off. Okay, so now I've shown you how to make an authentic bag of tea. I'll show you how to make a not so authentic bag of tea. Was that hitting your... It probably was. I'm so sorry. Oh, Lordy. Let me show you one more trick that you can use. I'm just going to staple this together so we can call it good. Oh, no. First fail with the tiny stapler. There we go. Okay, lid back on the glue. The other way that you can do this, let me find a piece of paper. There we go. Here's a little more springy paper. Let's just see how big this is. just for the heck of it. That's 6 inches by 4. So let's just tear this down. Magically. How wide do I want? Let's do it a little bit wider. Let's do it a couple inches. Okay, now here's the other thing you can do. Magically. You can still do, fold it in, fold it down, put it together. I always go like this. This isn't even. Let's cut that off. Nope, that's not going to work because it's all bungee. I'll do it the other way. Half the time when I do this, I don't get it straight anyway. Okay. Now, you've just created one even easier. That's 30 seconds or less. So all I did was fold it in half, made the gusset, done. Now you can you could do it the same way where you leave it open like that, or you can glue it all together, whatever your little heart desires. So there you have it, my friends. A couple of ways to make fun little tea bags. And let's see. We're at about 30 minutes. So I'm going to show you how I created some of those other tea bags. Maybe we'll just play with some of these too, because I've got them out. This one I'm going to save for another project though. Okay, let me just get all my mess out of the way. All right, let's get a couple of these out. These are the tea bags that I had. Oh my goodness, I have a terrible tickle in my throat. I don't know what it is. All right, here's what I did with some of the others that I had. So I want you to see those. That one's pink. This one's a chocolate. There's a purple, a green, and a blue. I have these out because I'm about to start on my spring. I've been working on my spring journal, but getting things ready for my spring journal, I should say. And see, don't I have some pink? And so I've just been gathering all of the goodies. I just want to grab some of that. The only one of all of my sprays, my distress oxide that leak, is this one. Now it could be because I did not shake it correctly when I first started, but it's the one that leaks. Sometimes that happens, but you just shake it like this, like a bell, to mix them up. This one, you can hear the bead in it. And you guys, it was as easy as spraying these to get the consistency that I wanted. Let's see. Do I have I had a blue one, didn't I? Tumble glass. Let's try this stormy sky. See what happens. Okay, we got that. Now let's take some of, this is some of my own. This is the Mica Spray that we used. I should probably write that down. I'll link you to the video. This takes a little longer to mix up. And I know you're not going to be able to probably tell this right yet. Maybe, oh, maybe you can. It does have already kind of a shiny little gloss to it. But that's as easy as it gets, guys. If you don't have the spray, you could use your ink pad. And I have, although it's buried right now, I have a Let's see, can I get to it? Of course not. It must be really down there. If you have just a glass mat, or I have just a tile that I use, and here, I have another one. These are from, let's use a color that we like though. Let's not just use, I'm leaving this out for a reason. Let's use a pretty color. How about some peeled paint? So you could just rub some on there. No, you're not going to get quite the same. Effect, but it will be close. Oops, my little tag that I got. Okay. Tap, tap, tap. I'm sorry, this is really close to being. Tap, tap, tap. My kids are home. They don't know I'm doing a video. And there you go. Now you go, whoa. You could do several colors on that. Let this dry, add another color, maybe a pink. So little different look, but super, super cute. All right, let's use some things to soak this up. All I'm doing is just getting that extra ink off on some pieces that I've got. Let's take this. Oh, and you might be wondering about this. I think you can tell that this is a piece of wallpaper. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So I'm just cleaning that off a little bit. I got a lot of wallpaper. And I love using this because, and I've never just like sprayed directly on it, but let's do one more. Let's make a design. Should we try? Sorry about that. My alarm went off. I know you guys can't hear that, but it stops my video as soon as it happens. Let's see. I don't know. Do I want this bright pink? What else do I have? What about some old paper? I know I haven't used this much. Shaky, shaky. Kind of like the... So this is when I do the full squirt. This one was kind of like halfway down, so it gave it a little more of the dribble effect. So let's put these all aside. Let them dry. Where shall we go? Okay, those are set aside. Now we're just gonna wipe these. Oh wait, let me get out those. These are just old coasters that I have a whole stack of them. I used them for some of my... That looks like the world. I used them for some of my displays so they could smell the body oils and goodies that we make at the farmer's market. But I have a lot of them. Oh, I like that. I like that background. You know that's going to have to become something in one of our Wallpaper Wednesdays. Okay, so now let's just have a little fun. We'll get this one out. And we'll get this one out. This is the Kitsch Flamingo. All right, we'll just put these kind of out here. Let's see which ones we want to play with. But I thought what we would use for our base is my big old bag of Louisa HEINZL inspired scraps. So here's that. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm not gonna lie. Well, it's on top A, but it's also super, super pretty. It's one of my favorites. Okay, we're just going to stick that on there. We might use that little scrap. Okay, so let's see what else we got in here. So that you know what you're probably like, what in the heck did she do? Well, that's got purple in it too. This was what I used. I think Louisa stamped on hers as well. I did not. But I first just started with, all my scraps I chucked into a splat box. And my splat box is not pretty. It's homemade. It's just a box with some tape around the sides to keep it from getting all over. And I just threw all my scraps in there. And I started with a little bit of water just to get the edges, or just get it a little bit damp. And then I started adding ink, and I added, let's see, alcohol inks. I added some acrylic acrylic paints in black and white, and then I did do some colors. So I think I did pretty much pastels because I'm in the mood. You know, my birthday month is almost coming up, so I'm all ready for spring. I like that. Oh, and I had some gold. That was the other thing that I used. Let's see if I have some tiny little blue that's not. And a few of my pages, like this one maybe, and this one, were for sure some of my throwbacks that I didn't like from when I Kool-Aid dyed. So, but I'm like, oh my gosh, now I have this plethora of more scraps. But it's kind of nice because then now I have scraps that are just plain paper, or just, you know, papers that are, you know, either coffee stained or just like they are, you know, old. And then I have this bag, which I'm not usually someone who keeps my stuff in little bags, but I think that's going to be the easiest way. Let's just use a tiny little smidge of that. Okay. We got those. Now let's add some more goodies. Aren't these fun? Okay, here's what I got for goodies. Let's move these up, and we'll put the goodies at the bottom so you don't have to just look at my arms. All right. I pulled over these little things I'm in love with. These are from Bonnie. These are actually part of the swap that we did for Wallpaper Wednesday, and she sent those to me. And I pulled them out. I hope she doesn't mind, but I pulled those out to use in other things because I think they're so cute. We got some of those. Oh, that might be cute on there. I got a couple of my fabric printed words. That doesn't really go, but we'll put it there for meantime. That kind of goes. These are from, I'm going to tell you because I just got done cutting them. They are from Michelle at the Junk Journal Studio. And one little tip about these, for me, I hate fussy cutting. But I do like to keep things like, I have all my words and my numbers and letters in one area. So I cut them into smaller pieces, but I do not cut them all apart because it's too hard for me to find. I can't find exactly what I want, but this makes it a little bit easier. And then I just kind of cut off, you know, things as I need them. And then I get really weird that I don't like things like, you know, jankety, so then I cut them all down. Put that there. I'm going to use some more of those. Ooh, I used this This is from Tina Shabby Debbie Judah, and I did another video where we made specimen cards, and I was determined to use that butterfly because it was so stinking cute, and I had to end up doing it off camera because I needed to make some alterations to it. But they're so pretty. Here's these butterflies. Let's use these little, oh, look at this little, that little flower just went there. So I'm pretty sure that we need to use it. I like that. It's a little blingy, but it's fine. And then I have, let's see. I want to see what else I've got, which is not much. These are left over from another project. Kind of looks cute. Hey, somehow these are not. I mean, they're cute, but they're not going to work. No more of those. I don't think those are going to make the cut today. Let's see what's in these. These I got, I don't know. Stationery Pal maybe? I'm not sure where, but I don't think I've even opened them, but they're all the clear images. And so let's see what's inside of here. Oh, they're bows. Are these all bows? It appears to be. Oh, and pearls. That's cute. Well, why didn't I open these up? Yeah, we're going to use these. Maybe you're just, you kind of got to wait until the right thing comes along. It looks like these are all pretty pinky colors. All right, we got to move on. I think I've had to stop this video how many times? 2 or 3 times. So I have no idea how long I've been doing this. Because of course I didn't look. Oh my gosh, look at this cute little lamb. That is from one of my, I don't know. I want to use that. It doesn't go there, but oh, it's so cute. Hey, I know. My little butterfly friend, wow, has been at least in 2, if not more, videos, and has not made the cut ever. I don't know if I like those pearls there, but we'll see. So I think this is her debut. She needs to, we need to work her in, poor girl. How about this? Let's take off the pearls, although I do think they're cute. There we go. And I may have to just stop and then I can glue everything on. And then come back and show you on the next video, which was, I don't know what my next video is going to be. I really like that. I think add a word there. So they just need to kind of be refined a little bit. Add a couple things. Let's just, before you go, let's open this one up and see what's inside, if there's anything we can't live without. These appear to be all, oh no, it's like, there's pieces of lace. See that? These are kind of cool. This is embroidery or something I don't do. Crochet maybe. More lace. Some cute little flowers. Interesting. It looks a little baby-esque. Let's see if I can find anything in there. That's kind of cute. How about this crocheted flower? Will that fit somewhere? Possibly. We'll just lay it out there. Some teddy bears. So it's a little mix of like handmade items and children's toys. I think we've got a really good start. So what I will do is I'll finish these up, and I'm just going to glue them down. And then I might just put this at the end of the video, since I'm going to have to, it's no matter what, I'm going to have to edit. So that is what I will do. So I will be back in just a few minutes, and I'll show you what we got. See you soon. Okay, I'm back. So here's what we came up with. First of all, two things to share with you. Number one, when I glued everything down to these cloth tea bags, I used the Fabri-Tac. Important to know, because otherwise it doesn't stick as well. The second thing is, if you want to be able in the future to put things inside of the tea bag itself, put something in it inside, like I did, as a barrier to that glue, so it doesn't glue the front to the back. And I did that here on this other one too. So on these two, I left the tags off because I thought, well, maybe this one's still a little wet. I'm going to leave that in there. I thought maybe I would want to add something depending on where I put it. Oh, my hands are terrible gluey. On this one, I pulled off one of the original tea tags and put it on here because I thought it kind of looked cute. And I found her in the little thing of extras, so I thought that was kind of sweet. This one I put just a little butterfly on the tag. I need to back it, and I think it needs a word here, but again, I'm not sure how I'm going to use it, but I'm going to stick these all the way for spring journal options. And then this one was the last one I did, using one of Tina's butterflies. So there you have it, friends. We just did our 15-minute craft and several video takes, I tell you. I know you probably won't be able to tell, but I was like, oh my goodness. Anyway, before we go, just one last thing. Don't forget to hop over to the subscriber celebration video so that you can participate. And the link is below. And then as always, remember to take time to just be. We'll see you next time. Cheers.